proprietary patented race technology. Proudly made in the USA. Unparalleled customer service and support. The choice of champions. KingShocks, the leader in off-road shock technology.
The finishing touches of any off-road vehicle are the things you add to make it your own. That's why we've developed a full collection of over 70 Polaris-engineered accessories specifically designed for Pro R. Polaris. Think outside.
I got that right turn. We're good. Meet up at the compound group up. At 10-4. Yeah, for sure, dog. Good little driver. Straight on through.
Welcome to Baja California. Our unique blend of cultures, cuisines, and historical influences create surprising combinations and unexpected delights around every corner. We welcome you with the most revolutionary cuisine in Mexico, complete with a sky full of magical sunsets. Welcome to the million-star hotels. If you're looking for something astonishing, we hold the most important wine regions in all of Mexico, next to the best tacos in the world. Welcome to our own revolutionary and delicious version of Chinese food. Here, the sublimely unexpected is our norm. It's our pleasure to welcome you to our beautiful state, Baja California, where everyone is always welcome.
Check.
The ultimate adventure tool, with all the storage to hold even more adventure tools. The all-new, adventure-ready Bronco Sport.
We've been doing a lot of driving off-road. It's a bit of an adrenaline rush, but in such a slow-paced environment, it's effectively really safe and a lot of fun. It's really important that everyone that comes out here has the respect to have a lot of fun but not do damage. We always try and leave it cleaner than we found it.
The best way to leave your mark on the world is to hardly leave one at all. BF Goodrich, what are you building for?
Of off-road racing dominance. Proprietary patented race technology. Proudly made in the USA. Unparalleled customer service and support. The choice of champions. King Shocks. The leader in off-road shock technology.
The finishing touches of any off-road vehicle are the things you add to make it your own. That's why we've developed a full collection of over 70 Polaris-engineered accessories specifically designed for Pro R. Polaris. Think outside.
I got that right turn. We're good. Let's meet up at the compound group up. At 10-4. Yeah, for sure, dog. Good little driver, straight on through.
Welcome to Baja California. Our unique blend of cultures, cuisines, and historical influences create surprising combinations and unexpected delights around.
Hello, everybody. Are you yellow? Hello, everybody, and welcome to live coverage here of the 2024 BF Goodrich Score Baja 1000. Check. Okay, this is the live coverage of the 2024 Score Baja 1000. I'm Kevin Johnson along with Eva Hernandez. Eva, I tell you what, it's pretty exciting. The bikes are lining up next to us. See right here, the 7X, the Justin Morgan bike. The entry is there, first in line. It's pretty exciting. We got a big crowd building, and it's going to be a long race, 860 some miles. It's going to be crazy out there.
We are super excited to be out here supporting all the racers. We want to thank you guys for being out here, for fans for supporting us. We are ready to put on this great race for these racers. We wish everyone to be safe as possible and get those miles done and bring it back to the finish line.
And there's the flag. We're underway. 7X has started. The course is officially open for the 2024 BF Goodrich Score Baja 1000. 7X is on the course.
Up next, we have, sponsored by Optima and Hero Racing, out of Chula Vista, California, on the number 11X bike, our current points champs leader, Arturo Salas.
Up next, ready to take the green flag here to get going is 1X. That's a bike of Juan Salvateria. Beautiful KTM. And Juan Salvateria is underway.
Coming up next, we have Ortiz Trucking, sponsored by SD Powerhouse HM Factory Service, out of Dosora, California, on the 13X, Adrian Ortiz. Up next, sponsored by DP Racing Cooley Construction, out of Oak Hills, California, on the 9X bike, we have Austin Eddy. Getting ready to start, sponsored by SGS Racing, Optima, the Ensenada team, SH Racing out of Ensenada, Baja California, on the 8X bikes, Fernando Beltran. Up next, sponsored by Norman Racing, HAM, Kenda Tires, out of Panaca, Nevada. On the 15X bike, we have Eric Hull.
Up next here, ready to take the green flag as his bike stalls, is number 76X, Sean Nelson, out of Washington, Utah, on that beautiful KTM. Team can't not ride. Getting the nod, he's ready to go.
Getting ready to take on these miles, we have, sponsored by Bubba Express Car Wash, IMS Products and Design Lab, out of Penry, California, Aaron Vole on the 18X.
Looks really clean. Up next, out of Surprise, Arizona, 28X, Kyle Pethers. Other riders, Joining him on this journey are Shane O'Dore, Braxton Gallen, Damon Bush, and Brent Bush. That familiar red Honda.
Sponsored by Montoya Racing, SBL, PB Brown, Brickle Group, out of San Clemente, California, on his KTM. On the 25X, we have Brian Strabon.
Up next here, waiting to take the green flag on that beautiful black motorcycle. That's Sherco. It's a beautiful bike out of Ogden, Utah. Josh Knight. Number 96X. Colton Lynn, Dylan White, and Hunter Joseph are sharing riding duties. There they go. Getting it with a wheelie rolling out of the start. Eva.
He's ready to go. Sponsored by Peter Kittle Motor Company, Oscon NT. We have on a KTM out of Australia on the 10X, David Walsh.
And our last bike in the Pro Moto Open class, number 74X, Merrill Campbell out of Hurricane, Utah. Another part of the team can't not ride. Getting the nod of approval here. He's ready to go. Fire, all kinds of fired up. There you go. Get the crowd going. There you go. Keep that energy all the way. Pro Moto 30. Pro Moto 30.
Next class, we have the Pro Moto 30s lining up, sponsored by JEM Plumbing, Pioneer Grading and Excavation out of San Diego, California. Red and red on that Honda on the 304X, Juan Esteban Miranda. Preparing for the heavy mileage and unforgiving miles of Baja, sponsored by Viñas Raíces Cabrera, Rancho Toro, Castillo Race Prep on a Honda out of Ensenada, Baja California, Juan Pablo Valenzuela on the 11X.
Ensenada representing. Another one of those beautiful black bikes, sponsored by Hodad's Burgers, out of Ocean Beach, California, 317X. That's Ethan Wheeler. They're splitting the driving duties quite a bit. A lot of riders on here, and they're off. .354X up next, Felipe Barron out of Riverside, California. Dan Eastwood, Greg Dalmage, Jason Hout, K-Biz, and Dave Lawrence sharing the duties on that KTM. South County Interior sponsored bike, 354X.
Up next, sponsored by Baja Bound Insurance, HAM, and DT1 Flow Vision on a Honda out of Reedley, California. We have Ryan Lightbelt on the 308X.
Up next here again in this class, we're going 30-second intervals. Up 307X is next to take the green flag. Another one out of Ensenada, Baja California. Jesus Gonzalez, Esteban Ian, Juan Collingford, Juan Gomez, and Elmer King sharing the duties on that Honda. Dusty's racing team.
He's out of Cannondale, Texas, sponsored by Freedom Solar, Baja Bond Insurance. Riding red on that Honda on the 369X, we have Mark Bradford.
Up next here, 300X, Juan Montoya, Winter Garden, Florida. All the way up from there, sharing duties with him here is David Zarate Ocho, David Smith, and Roberto Villalobos. The KTM sponsored by PB Brown General Contractors.
Out of Steamboat Springs, Colorado, riding red on that Honda, number 310X, Brian Roos. Brian Roos.
Richard Colasanti's on the bike right now for him on that 310. 342X is up next here. Enrique Garcia Cano out of Monterrey, Mexico. Home of the warning on that beautiful Honda motorcycle. They're off.
This is our last bike in the Pro Moto 30 class. What is this place?
Castaic.
Out of Castaic, California, sponsored by RSFX Santa Clarita Studios. Riding on the 366X, Brian Sinkena.
Pro Moto Limited class is up next. Currently the points leader in their class, number 110X, Jose Armando Ortiz Garcia. Out of Tijuana, Baja California.
Preparing for these next 800 miles in long, unforgiving hours, sponsored by Ride Baja Mexican Insurance. Out of San Felipe, Baja California, riding on that 150X, we have Nathan Davis.
Up next, one.
Sponsored by CDM Yachts out of San Diego, California. Riding on the 117X, we have Don Gregg.
Up next here, 134X. Out of Aridine, Alberta, Canada. Cass Rutten. Out of Marietta, Georgia on the 127X. Bhaskar Ramani. on that Honda. Getting ready to go. He looks ready. Getting that little nod. Yep, he's ready. Oh, yeah. Have a great run out there. Be safe. Have fun. Uh-oh. 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 Yeah. A little stall there.
Rolling up, waiting for those green flags to get up in the air. We have sponsored by Autometric, Capital City Transmission, riding on a KTM out of Boise, Idaho. We have on the 193X, Adam Jocelyn.
Okay, and closing out the class here. Up next, we have number 140X out of Solana Beach, California, Wayne Christofferson. Sharing duties is Scott Muir, Mitch Regan, and Anthony Joaquin. There they go.
Next class we have getting ready is the Pro Moto 50 class. We got 3 racers in this class. First off, on a Husqvarna out of Temecula, Colorado, on the 547X, Mike Prunty.
Up next in line here, we have 511X out of Durango, Colorado. Rusty Balsa, ready to go. I'm seeing the nod of the helmet there. He's fired up. Looking to get out there on that KTM. And there he goes.
Yeah, this guy didn't show up.
Yeah, okay. Up next, we have the Pro Moto 40 class. One of our most popular riders here out of Ensenada, Baja California, Francisco Septian. Super team with Shane Esposito, Renee Magana, Jason Miller, and Jim O'Neill sharing duties on that bike.
What's after?
I'm going to go next.
What is next?
Up next, 456X out of Golden, Colorado, Brent Flamburas. Looking ready on that beautiful Husqvarna motorcycle. Mike Duncan, Jamie Englisser, Nate Town, and Jason Hogan sharing duties on that G-Force Power Sports sponsored bike.
Can I see that one? I don't have the...
Yeah,
I don't have the...
Up next here, out of the Woodlands, Texas, Olivio Amato out of the Woodlands, Texas, there on that Yamaha. Pedro Gonzalez, Jacob Dennis, Federico de la Garza, and Jose Humberto sharing the duties on that.
My list doesn't have that last page, remember? Up next, riding on a Honda out of Peru, Utah, 499X, we have Mike Cook.
What are you missing? This whole page. Closing out the class here on 429X. Scott Fremuller out of Phoenix, Arizona on that KTM. He's got the GoPro on up there, got the lights going, bike's looking good. How did you miss the whole thing?
Coming into the Pro Moto 60 class, sponsored by PCI Radios, Baja Designs, Amigos Pits, Max's Tires, riding on that red Honda out of Many, California, on that 628X, we have Mike K.
Again, this is class 60. Every rider on these teams are age 60 years old or older, each team member. Up next is 616X, Harold Harris, out of Sanger, California, on another beautiful Husqvarna motorcycle. Sharing duties, Manny O'Meara's, Jim Miller, Greg Ziller, Croft, and Scott Lawrence. Defending class champion.
He's the defending class champion? The defending class champion, sponsored by Star, X-Brand Goggles, AEM Grips, Pro Circuit, and O'Neill. Riding that Honda out of Longview, Texas on that 600X, we have Kevin Ward.
They're cheering for me. Now we're going into our crazy class. This Pro Moto Ironman, our biggest class in the field. 32 riders taking on this course. Ironman riding the entire course solo. No driver changes. Leading them off here is 788X out of Baja California, Brian Roberts. He looks ready to go.
Up next on that CRF 450, riding that Honda out of San Juan Capistrano on that 786X, we have Michael Lange. Or is it?
Moving along here in our Pro Moto Ironman, 724X is our next bike. On an Anacortes, Washington, on that Husqvarna, it's William Gross. William looks ready to go. Getting a little neck crank there, getting ready to get fired up. 2, 1, and he's off.
Rolling up on that beautiful Kawasaki, sponsored by Floyd Moto Adventura. On that 745X, we have Patricio Cabrera.
Patricio's ready. I think he's from Auburn.
Yeah.
728X next to the queue to take that green flag out of Boulder, Colorado, Christopher Clearman. There we go. We got some Christopher Clearman fans out there. Getting ready to go.
Gary Walkentine on that KTM, sponsored by Exceed Analysis FXR Racing, with that number 739X, ready to take this green flag once again. Gary Walkentine.
Out of Manitoba, Canada. Up next here, 757X out of Jackson, Wyoming. Chris Hills on that Beta motorcycle. Chris is ready. He just gave us the fist pump. 765X out of Valparaiso, Indiana, Josh Greco. Josh has the nod. He's looking ahead. He's focused. He's ready for this.
On the 798X out of San Clemente, California, sponsored by Baja Designs for Amigos Racing, we have Reed Christensen. That Sherco looks great. On his
709X is up next. Out of Moquito, Washington, Brady Willis on that Honda. Brady's all set. He's got the lights and the cameras and the GoPro. He's ready to go. Thank you. I couldn't find it.
No, you're good. Getting ready to take that green flag, sponsored by Brody Hills Foundation Base Camp Power Sports on that Beta. Out of Jackson, Wyoming, we have Brian Cook.
Out of Manta Manabi, Juan Pugatora is up next. On that KTM JP1 sponsored bike. $727X, he's underway.
On the 781X, sponsored by Wheeler Motorsports, Gamblers MC Frontline Suspension, riding on that red Honda out of Las Vegas, Nevada, we have Miguel Luna.
Speaking of Luna, it's Luna Yellow.
Yeah.
Tonight. It's going to be nice with a full moon out there. These are lighten up the terrain for him. Up next, we have 750X. That's Brandon Wright out of Oak Hills, California. Another Husqvarna. Eagle Roofing Products and Baja Bound Insurance, proud to sponsor him on this venture. Three, 2, 1, he's off.
On the 782X bike, a Husqvarna, sponsored by Dominguez Racing, Fly Racing, WPS, out of Torrance, California, we have Blake Dominguez.
Up next, out of Johannesburg, South Africa, getting the hand waving in the air, that's Joey Evans in the 742X on this KTM. I'm sure there's folks watching right now in Johannesburg, South Africa. We welcome you watching, and let's cheer Joey on here. There he goes.
Up next, another Husqvarna, the 731X, out of Sacramento, California. He's preparing to take on these miles all by himself. Blake Sparling.
Up next, out of Sand Springs, Oklahoma, Kyle Farrell on the 747X. Nicely decked out Honda. Timber and Beam, Tulsa Power Sports sponsored bike. Looking focused and determined. Great Georgia. It's Georgia. The state of Georgia.
Sponsored by himself, riding on a Honda out of Gary, Georgia, on the 737X. We have Ben Leftholz.
By himself. Up next on the 720X, out of Squamish, British Columbia, Canada, Luke DeMarzo on that 720X, a beautiful KTM.
Up next on a KTM out of Charlie Lake, Canada, on that 774X, we have Florian Schwartz.
Let's get it, Florian. I know you got this, buddy. I know that guy. Coming down from Torrance, California, up next on the 762X, Jorge Santana Rueda, Sand Mountain Off-Road and Family Firearms sponsoring.
Getting ready to take the green flag, sponsored by Dynamic Racing Jet Mindset on that KTM, number 772X, Javier P. Parch. I don't know. He's out of San Felipe, Chile.
All the way from Chile. Nice. Getting ready to roll out, number 704X out of Steamboat Springs, Colorado. That's Casey O'Donnell on the Yamaha. You got this, Casey. You look ready. Casey's got some fans here. $783X waiting on the green flags to lift to get his 2024 Score Baja 1000 underway. The Ironman class is Jeremy Falls out of Belfort, South Dakota.
Getting ready to take on these miles, sponsored by Moto Baja Designs on that beautiful KTM. He is out of Steamboat Springs, Colorado, 766X, Chris Welch. Up next, we have another KTM out of Ciudad Juarez on that 759X. We have Sergio Acosta. Sergio bought his supporters today, that's for sure.
A crowd favorite, Somebody that inspired a lot of these guys to enter the Ironman this year, Wouter John Van Dyke. Out of Pacific Paradise, Australia. The Dutchman, there he goes. Wow, he's got rolling out. On this incredible Triumph motorcycle, this Triumph Bonneville Privateer from Los Angeles, California, David Garant, 768X on the Triumph.
Up next, sponsored by Los Ericos, LJ Celular, IMR Contractor Service, riding a Honda out of San Lorenzo, Puerto Rico. On that 784X, we have Feli Lopez.
Up next, 726X with a passenger on the back of the bike, James Anderson out of Osceola, Indiana. He's ready to go. He's giving the sign to the crowd. He's fired up. He's got the teddy bear with the Pillsbury Doughboy hat on. Good to go. 726X. Also out of Osceola, Indiana, right behind him, 721X. Dakota Keenhell. Got the nod there. Dakota's ready. That bike looks pretty good, huh, Eva?
I like it. I like anything red. Ride red, Honda all the way.
And there goes Dakota, and that ends our Ironman class. Now we're moving on to the Pro Moto Adventure class.
Sponsored by Cove USA, Baja Ride, Clem. Riding that beautiful Cove out of Cabo San Lucas, Baja California, Mexico. On the 834X, have Scott Purcell.
Scott's fired up. Let's go, buddy. .801X is the next bike pulling up to the green flags. On that Cove motorcycle. Beautiful bike. Out of El Paso, Texas, Mike Johnson, Jim Pearson, Marco Muller, Jordan Huggins, and Sergio Vega sharing the duties. I forgot we had other riders.
Getting ready to take on that green flag, also on a Cove motorcycle. These bikes are just such great builds. Sponsored by Ready to Race Rentals out of Mesa, Arizona. On that 805X, we have Dustin Davis.
Now we're moving on to our quad class here. Our first quad getting ready to go. Got the knuckles going. He's looking good. Out of Tecate, Baja California, Esteban Ramirez Jr., Omar Murillo, Jesus Osuna, Hector Chavez, Javier Robles Jr. sharing the duties. Fired up, getting the crowd going. You know a little bit about quads.
Just a tad. Up next, sponsored by Dumble Racing, GBC Tires, Elka Suspension, Barro Suspension, ATV Race Prep, racing on that Honda out of San Diego, California, number 7A, Eduardo Hernandez.
Had no problem with that. Now we're into our Pro Quad Ironman. They're tackling this whole thing on themselves. They're going to become one with that quad. 20. We're a little bit in some different order here. Hold on. Number 28A is up next.
Up next in the Pro Quad Ironman class, sponsored by Sand Mountain Off-Road, out of Hurricane, Utah, on the 77A, we have Timothy Levitt.
Love it. Oh, no, take.
I'm so sorry. We have another Pro Quad Ironman. He is sponsored by Wing Army Best Wings, Marisco Cuacamas, riding on that Honda out of Rancho Percebu on that 91A, getting ready to take on these miles all by himself, mentally preparing for this. We have Jorge Lopez.
Now we have our Sportsman Moto class. Up next, right now, number 236X. Andy's racing bike right there. Andy Valencia out of Ensenada, Baja California.
Up next, sponsored by Tercos Racing, Rosas Construction Flow, riding on that Husqvarna. He is out of Tecate, Baja California. Number 205X, we have Francisco Rosas Jr.
Sportsman Moto next, 248X. Out of St. George, Utah, Arthur Smith. I'm at KTM 436 Enduro Sand Mountain Off-Road sponsors. Travis Turner and Kate Schwartz sharing the duties. There goes Arthur Smith right there.
Riding on a Honda, taking on these 800 plus miles, we have out of Kamalu on that 250X, Ernesto Sosa.
He looks ready, Eva. Ready to go.
These moto guys are crazy.
Out of Sarasota Springs, 255X, John Gilliand. Sharing duties are Mitch McDonald, Bradley McDonald, and Sean Spencer on the Honda. C&J Gravel, All Right Guys Racing, Baja Designs, Dirt Rider, and Designs Dunlop.
Up next, sponsored by Smith Racing, riding on that beautiful red Honda. Out of Tampa, Florida, riding that 240X, we have Alvin Smith.
.262X is up next out of Toronto, Ohio. Not Toronto, Canada, Toronto, Ohio. It's right by the Pennsylvania border there. Beautiful area. Brian Greco, Travis Nasser, David Noah, and Max Andres sharing the rides on that Yamaha.
Up next, number 232X, sponsored by Monster Energy, Yokohama VP Race Fuel, out of Salt Lake City, Utah, ready to take on this Baja 1000. On the bike, we have Josh Rockcamp.
And they're riding for Noah Everman right now, so heavy hearts. Good luck, guys. Have a safe ride out there. $222X Triple Deuces is up next here out of Guerrero Negra, Baja California Sur. Gabriel Castro taking it out. Many guys sharing the duties. Miguel Castro, Hector Ortiz, Victor Alfredo Gallegos, Sergio Emilio Diaz, Fernando Beltran, and Oswaldo Moncado sharing the rides.
Our next sportsman, sponsored by Young Power Sports Nitro Bibs and Baja Designs, out of Orem, Utah, on the 279X, David Hunter.
$277X pulling up here, not too far away, out of San Diego, California. Max Kramers. Sharing the duties with Max is Abbott Coden, Catholic Cajon, and Jordan Cajon. There goes Max.
Our next sportsman riding on that Honda on the 226X, out of Fraser, Colorado, John Pierce.
$251X is up next. Keith Daniel Tobin out of Phoenix, Arizona. He's got some fans in the house here. He's fired up. He's got the hand raised. He's ready to go. Oscar Andrade, Alberto Ortiz, Cesar Torres, and Mauricio Vera that's sharing the duties. Up next, we have someone who's missed their start earlier, but they're back in line now. That's 556X. That's Matt Woody. Matt Woody's ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of my personal favorite classes, Sportsman Quad. Getting ready to take that green flag and take on those unforgiving miles of Baja. On that 110A, sponsored by Cruise Racing, on that Honda out of Mexicali, Baja California, we have Irlam Gutierrez Jr. Rolling up to take that flag, sponsored by My San Felipe Vacation, Segunda, Los Polos, MRP, riding on that Honda. Also, another local out of San Felipe, Baja California, on that 137A, we have Jose Alberto Miramontes Gomez. Up next, the 115A, that was Norberto Arts out of Ensenada, Baja California. Up next, we do not have him on this list. This is the 119A. We've seen him before, and he's back, taking on these miles at the Baja 1000. I don't know.
There it goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, the last quad in our sportsman quad division, sponsored by OfroadShocks on that Yamaha out of Mazatlan, Sinaloa.
Sinaloa representing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 177A, Jose de Jesus Gonzalez.
Well, there you go. That's all our bikes are off the line. Everyone's got in the 2024 BF Goodrich Score Baja 1000 is officially underway. All the bikes, all the quads out. Ava, it was pretty exciting out there. You knew a lot of those people, especially in that last class. What do they have in store? You've done this before. You know what's going on. What are they facing right now?
They're going to face some difficult challenges mentally, physically. It's going to take a lot out of them to be able to get through these miles, but it's doable. They've prepped for this, they've trained for this, and they've come out here to show up and show out.
Well, Eva, you said that well, and the reason I ask is you know her. She's been on these bikes. She's been on the quads a lot of times, many miles out there, so she knows exactly what they're facing. But the big boys are going tomorrow morning, so we got the bikes and quads off. But tomorrow morning, we're going to be back here live with you right around the 9 o'clock hour when the first trucks leave the line here. So on behalf of Eva and myself, we appreciate you watching our coverage. You guys can follow along on tracking right now, too. The Score website, the Score app as well. So follow along and watch all these guys go on, especially that big 32-field Ironman class.
It's crazy. I'm really stoked to see that there was a lot of Ironmen out here. I can't wait to hear all their stories once they're back.
Okay, fantastic. That's going to wrap it up from here at the start line, and we'll see you guys tomorrow morning.
Stay tuned.
Ultimate adventure tool with all the storage to hold even more adventure tools. The all-new, adventure-ready Bronco Sport.
We've been doing a lot of driving off-road. It's a bit of an adrenaline rush, but in such a slow-paced environment, it's effectively really safe and a lot of fun. It's really important that everyone that comes out here has the respect to have a lot of fun, but not do damage. We always try and leave it cleaner than we found it.
The best way to leave your mark on the world is to hardly leave one at all. BF Goodrich, what are you building for?
Racing dominance, proprietary patented race technology, proudly made in the USA. unparalleled customer service and support. The choice of champions. KingShocks, the leader in off-road shock technology.
The finishing touches of any off-road vehicle are the things you add to make it your own. That's why we've developed a full collection of over 70 Polaris-engineered accessories specifically designed for Pro R. Polaris. Think outside.
I got that right turn. We're good. Let's meet up at the compound group up. At 10-4. Yeah, for sure, dog. Good, little driver. Straight on through.
Welcome to Baja California. Our unique blend of cultures, cuisines, and historical influences create surprising combinations and unexpected delights around every corner. We welcome you with the most revolutionary cuisine in Mexico, complete with a sky full of magical sunsets. Welcome to the million-star hotels. If you're looking for something astonishing, we hold the most important wine regions in all of Mexico, next to the best tacos in the world. Welcome to our own revolutionary